Namaste, beloveds. This is Mother with Wisdom, and this is the second part of this video. And I apologize for um, the break in between the tapings of it. My computer the storage is so full. As you know, I'm a picture junkie, so it's hard for me to get rid of all the pictures, to purge them, so to speak. And so that is what I had to do and come back. And I'm going to just pick up from um in the last reading we did the card, the Peacock Card, and you can see it from the last reading. There we go. And this was a very let yourself stand out and be noticed. And it's just saying it's time, beloveds. It's time to come out of our shells. It's time to start speaking up for the truth, for our truths. It's time to start speaking up for justice. Justice for all, not just justice for some. And that is what this Peacock card is telling us. And if you do your research into what Peacock is also as a spirit animal, a spirit totem, you'll understand with the eyes and the so forth what this peacock means. And this goes so perfectly with the topic today, um, which is sexual morality and sexuality and sacred sexuality. The peacock is very specific. It has a very specific message when it comes to understanding and identifying yourself as a unique individual and learning to let that beauty of your uniqueness be your guide, be your shining light, regardless of if anyone else perceives it as beautiful or of worth or of meaning or the truth. Their thoughts and feelings, as long as you harm none, means anything. Be beautiful, be gorgeous, be brilliant, be bright, shine bright. Let your light shine bright. Do not let the truth be your protector. Let the truth be your umbrella. Let the truth be your shield. Let the truth be your sword. Let the truth be your armor. And be able to stand up to anyone because you're expressing your truth. They do not need to believe in your truth in order for it to be your truth, in order for your truth to manifest and manifest your reality the way it needs to. All the cards are telling us to give attention to what we want and stop giving attention to the negativity that we are seeing. Stop, we're feeding it, and it's getting larger. And we need to find a way to starve it. We need to find a way to feed what we want and not what we don't want. And we have been programmed to feed into the suffering, into invite the suffering, into empowering the suffering, simply by the way that we think, by the way that we use our words, by the way that we use our intention and our feelings. And everything is about the evolution of human beings into a higher vibratory state of awareness. And it means we have to really look deeply within, and we have to understand and understand ourselves as an individual first, and then as part of a collective. And this is not going to be a very long video at all. I'm going to go directly into my Isis Oracle deck. Um, Here we go. Let me see if I got the box. Here we go. Isis Oracle. And this deck is by Elena Fairchild. And here we go. Um, and I'm going to ask for a card that will not only um, give us some needed direction, and I'm being told not even to see about pulling this card, but this is one of the major cards that I need is the SEKHMET Carnelian card that just came up in my spirit so brightly and so desperately just now. So let me finish doing this, and then the last card will be the Carnelian card. And I believe that is SEKHMET too. Okay, there we go. And I will spread them out. And I got two. I got two, beloved. So that is going to be 3 cards. Let me find the Temple of my Carnelian right quick. Here we go. Simply because that one was told to me. And I will save that one for last, beloveds. Let's get right into it. The first card is the Brother in Darkness. I'm being told to do that one first. Brother in Darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. And beloveds, I want you to really look at this card and really understand what you're seeing right here. Okay? Wow. Here we go. This is Set. This is Isis up there, the female, and the masculine that is being portrayed, the sacred masculine, is Set, who is also one of her twins out of the quartet. This is Set with the jackass or donkey's head, and that is also the symbol for one of the parties. I don't keep them straight in my head, but this is a very important card, and I see a lot of blue here as well on Set. His staff is also that of the jackass, the donkey. Let's see what Elena has to say about it, beloveds. The Brotherhood in Darkness. And the Brotherhood in Darkness sounds like the Old Boy Network to me, but let's just go and see what it says. It's on page 189. So it doesn't have a card number, but it's on page 189 for those who like the numerology aspect of this. The Brother in Darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. Whenever negative energy is present, it is a sign that we are ready to move more deeply into our feminine divine power. The Brother in Darkness indicates that there is negative energy either within you or outside of you, but directed towards you, that is providing you with a spiritual test, beloved initiate. You will overcome this energy with grace and triumph. Stay in your heart. There is no need to be afraid. There is a test that you are currently moving through because you are ready to progress more deeply into wisdom, light, acceptance, and inner peace. The test is in the guise of a negative energy source, either within you or apparently outside of you. In truth, we are all one, and the world is our mirror. for whatever healing task lies within, even though sometimes the source of difficulty appears to be external rather than an opportunity for us to gain mastery with our own responses through inner healing. Wow. Beloved, that is so powerful. And what I'm getting is that all of this sexuality stuff that is coming out with the Old Boy Network, it is about the divine feminine and what is inside her and what has been done to her, and raising her and healing her and getting to re-know her again, and just, and I'm seeing, this is what I'll give you what I'm seeing as I'm receiving this. I'm seeing a newborn baby girl child swaddled and just straight from the womb and being washed and nurtured. And she's getting ready to emerge with everything that has been passed down through her in her genetic codes, her stories, her memories, her everything. But she is coming into a new age and she needs to be received with honor and dignity and acceptance. And we need to meet this aspect of the divine feminine in order to awaken it within ourselves, in order to bring it to life, in order to give it the breath of life into the world so that it can breathe the healing that needs to take place into the world. Okay. Um, Guidance comes to you in this oracle now to become more conscious of the negative energies either within or directed towards you without being fearful. There is no need for fear. There is just need for more conscious, loving response. In the story of Isis, the destructive emotions of her dark brother, Set, led to the murder of her beloved Osiris. He did not stop there. He also attempted to destroy her beloved divine son child and deny him his rightful rulership. Set teaches us that destructive emotions can gain awful power if we leave them unchecked and do not consciously respond to them. Isis teaches us that love, faith, persistence, courage, intelligent, and honest awareness can overcome even the darkest power. Pay attention to that, beloveds. That is so powerful and so necessary right now. Pay attention to it. Take it in. Let it feed and nurture you. When you need something, let those words come to you. Let them circulate through you. Your guidance is to rise above fear. You're being guided to rise above fear. Rise above anger. Rise above jealousy. Rise above hatred within you or directed towards you now. That means, beloved, you need to learn how to use your mirror. You need to learn how to manifest and use that mirror so those that are sending those hate arrows and dings and darts and negative stuff at you, it bounces right off. It goes right back to them. And if you don't want to send it to them, you can send it to the universe. But I, on my own path now, I am sending it back to whoever sent it to me because I want them to learn. You do not touch Mama's anointed. You do not. You do not. And so that is also Sekhmet energy, Sekhmet justice, justice of Ma'at, universal justice. What you send, what you put out, will come back to you. So it is the legal way of doing things. And it is with compassion, it is with unconditional love that I send it back that way. It is for you to wake up and to grow up. And if that is the matter and the means in which it needs to happen, so be it. It came from you. Just like the Pharaoh of Egypt said the firstborn child, he pronounced that plague, that curse upon himself. So when you send out evil, or you send out bad thoughts, or you send out bad wishes towards any of the light workers, towards any of those who are striving to awaken and raise their vibration, you are going against the natural order of evolution that the Great Mother, the Creator, has put into place. And yes, I judge you for that. And I ask and invoke judgment upon you. That is what being and claiming your own personal sovereignty is all about. And if I can claim mine, you can claim yours. All you need to do is learn. Learn about who you are as a spiritual being. Dedicate yourself to your service of your highest self. Understanding that you and that highest self are one. And all you have to do is practice in order to be able to vibrate at that frequency continually and be very mindful. Okay. Your guidance is to rise above fear, anger, jealousy, or hatred within you, or directed towards you now. This will require your feminine strength. Understand that. Understand why the feminine essence is needed right now. Okay? To overcome fear, anger, jealousy, and hatred, the patriarchy gives that. They are not going to heal that. They are incapable of healing that without the divine feminine. Okay? So the divine feminine has to step in and she has to heal and get rid of and reassure where the fear, anger, jealousy, hatred, guilt, shame, she has to take all of that away. And she does that with strength and unconditional love. This will require your feminine strength to be fiercely compassionate and not to judge or resist out of fear. Compassion is great strength. It sees the truth in all situations and does not pander to lies or deceptions in order to paint everything as nice. It's okay. No, it's not. People are dying. People are starving. Babies are being sold. Children are being sold. They're being raped. Genocide is being created all through the land. Dynamics of control are taking place. People's rights are being violated. Racism is rampant. It is not okay. The world is not a safe place. It is a place of chaos and death. And it's going to take the feminine principle to pull that breast out, okay? And to nourish it back to health, because that is where its nutrients are found. Okay, let's keep going. Compassion is great strength. It sees the truth in all situation and does not pander to lies or deceptions in order to paint everything as nice. Compassion is wisdom. It knows that a wolf can cause harm even if it is dressed as a sheep. You are guided to be attentive and honest about negative influences within or directed towards you without judging them or their source or paying undue attention with fear. You simply need recognition and then to respond with compassion and clear, loving, firm boundary. This boundary will very often be an internal shift energetically for you. It may not require any further action than this. Listen to your heart and trust in your guidance. That means listen to that small voice inside, beloveds. It's not going to steer you wrong. You are guided, however, to respond now and check the growth of any negativity before it becomes more consuming than it needs to be. Go through with a check and balance sheet with your emotions, your judgment of others, your feelings of doubt and depression and self loathing. Go through your checklist, beloveds. See where you are. Gauge your own temperature. Gauge your own emotions. Gauge where you are with compassion and forgiveness. You are guided, however, to respond now and check the growth of any negativity before it becomes more consuming than it needs to be. This oracle also comes as spiritual revelation. Part of your spiritual path is to honor the darkness as a way through to greater consciousness. So, beloveds, I want you to understand this. Let me put it in perspective for you. When I sat up here and on the other video, part one, and I spoke of the molestation that happened to me as a child, the rape, the so forth and so on, this tells you, this tells you why that darkness exists. That darkness took place, that negativity took place so that I could grow from it, so that I would be able to stand here or sit here and speak on this subject from my heart, from still carrying this little hurt girl child inside of me. But I am her protector. I will kill for her. That is who I am today. That feminine essence is her guide. That is her protector. That is who resides in me. As holding that little child's hand that was so hurt and so used, and whose trust was betrayed, and whose innocence was forever shattered by somebody else's careless thoughts of introducing her to sexuality because they were turned on by her light. They were attracted to something about her. They wanted to teach her. Not yours to teach, not yours to touch. And when you entertain such thoughts and you allow yourself the entertainment of such thoughts, shame on you. Shame on you. We all have thoughts. We all have fantasies. We all have light and dark things that come through our being. This is telling us these things come to us so that to help us have a foundation on which to stand upon. If you're going to stand and stand strongly so that you cannot be moved, make sure you're standing on justice. Make sure you're standing on truth. Make sure you're standing on unconditional love and universal laws. Because anything else, baby, it can send you for a serious fall. Okay? Okay, let's get back to it. This oracle also comes as spiritual revelation. Part of your spiritual path is to honor the darkness as a way through to greater consciousness. In the beginning, there was darkness. Out of that darkness came the light, came the consciousness of justice, unconditional love, mercy, compassion. These things were realized because of the things that were going on in the dark. And the light, the conscious mind, knew it needed to separate itself from the egoic mind. To not fight against darker or potentially destructive emotions with force, but to allow them to be with compassion, instantly removes the resistance that creates psychic glue and causes darker energies to get stuck within us. Trust your feminine values, whether man or woman, and don't believe for one moment that you are obliged to wear another's negativity for them. You are not. You may stand true in your purity of heart and be safe. If you do have negative energy rising within you, the same stands true. Have compassion and witness it, but don't believe that you have to identify with it. It is not you. It is just energy and feeling. Let it flow, and it shall go. The ritual healing below will assist you with releasing negative energies through feminine power. May you enjoy your growing mastery with such energies from a place of compassion, humility, service to the light, and in all beings. And beloveds, I'm going to read this particular ritual simply because I believe it's necessary for this time right now. And so I am going to just give it to you. Um, this is the ritual. It is helpful to light a tea light or other candle to help you come back to the innate light in all beings, no matter how positive or negative they may appear to be. While doing this ritual, light your candle and be comfortable as you proceed with the process. Allow yourself to sit in a darkened space, simply lit with a candle, and close your eyes as you become comfortable, settled, and focused on your breathing. Go deep into your heart. Imagine or perceive that within your heart there is a gold-winged goddess, bathed in glorious light. With her wings outstretched, a soft but endless stream of love flows from her to you now. It is not forceful, and yet it is powerful. It just is. Allow yourself to become comfortable in this love, feeling it around you like a blanket of peace. Allow her to sing to you now, to send you her love through the sound and light within her voice and through the light coming from her hands, eyes, and feet. Know that you are completely and utterly held within her divine love. Feel it growing around you like a force field, beautiful and peaceful. You become aware of an energy hovering around the field of this divine love, holding back from entering it, but curious and attracted to it. Acknowledge the presence of this other energy whilst remaining centered in your heart and in the field of divine love all around you. Silently or out loud, communicate to the energy. You sense as hovers near the field of love, not yet willing to enter into it. Tell the energy that it does not have to be afraid, that it will not be judged, and it will not be despised or criticized, no matter how dark, no matter how ugly, and that's me adding this to it, no matter how negative it appears. This is the dark baby inside of you. This is the dark force inside of you. This is the dark part of you that thinks those hurtful thoughts, that want to retaliate, that want to do whatever, no matter how ugly or how naughty or how damning. This is that energy. And it's up to you to recognize this energy within yourself and stop denying it because it's in you, just like the light is. Tell the energy that it does not have to be afraid, and it will not be judged, and it will not be despised or criticized. It can just be. Staying in your heart in this field of love, you may see, sense, or perceive the energy outside of your love field assume a shape or image. It might be a face, a word, a form of a dagger, a spear, or a noose, or it can assume the form of a feeling, perhaps anger, fear, shame, or guilt, sadness, or even sexual desire, or an urge to be devoted to love, to be touched, to be held, or to touch and hold. It may be great fear or hatred of you. You can safely stay calm in your heart and just witness it. Own it. It's yours. No matter how brutal that may feel to you, it's yours, and you need to get to know your darkness as well as need to get to know your light. You need to be able to communicate with both parts of your being. They are your conscious, and you get to, like I said, like this says, have them take shape, have them manifest form. Be that a thought form and a word or a feeling or an image or however you need to. But you address it, you talk to it, you face it. You be the mirror that it can show itself in.